You can look at this video, check this video out, but I would react to this question, react to this comment, which sums up pretty much all of the problems which I have. All right, answer these questions if you think you are right. You said इंसान tab bane jab paka khana saka. So humans, so according to you, humans, he is responding to the guy who made the video. So humans became humans when they started to eat cooked food. So brother, humans did not cook legumes like dal. So first things that humans cooked was meat. Secondly, you said soya protein. Soya produces estrogen if we consume for a long time. This one is generally a bit. It's probably not true, but this one's probably not true. You said plant amino acids and protein. If a person wants to eat 100 grams of protein, so he's misspelling protein, but you have to give it to him. So how many of which plant-based products he has to consume in a day? This was exactly my problem in the video. Try to consume 100 grams of legumes in place of 100 grams of chicken. Try to consume 100 grams of that stuff instead of consuming 100 grams of eggs or chickens or milk. Or the same with till. Try to get your hands on till. If you want to substitute with the amount of milk you're supposed to consume with the same amount of not even the same amount, the 1/12 of milk, right? If you eat sesame at a rate of about 1/12 of the amount of milk you drink, that would again give you a lot of sickness. You are going to shit your bowels out if you consume 100 grams of legumes. You're going to shit your bowels out if you consume 1/12 the weight of milk in terms of consuming sesame. And that is absorbing a lot of fat which you do not require, because sesame is a seed which has a lot of fats. That is exactly a problem. You would gain a lot of calories from them as well. Said about calcium, yeah, and that's honestly not a good piece of information either. If you consume too much sesame, you're going to consume a lot of oil, which is going to give you all sorts of cholesterol based problems. Now, sesame oil is not a bad oil in particular, but too much of anything, if you consume that much sesame, that's consuming a lot of seed oil that you absolutely do not need. By the way, this guy replies to him, and first part of his comment is right. He claimed that soy causes estrogen growth is long debunked. The claim originates from a bunch of rats fed an enormous amount of soy milk, which led to hormonal imbalance. This is mostly true, but here's the main problem. There are many high quality lean sources of protein for vegans, especially for those who want to build muscle while staying lean, like tofu, tempeh, pea protein powder. The issue is these things were only invented in the past millennium. So the protein which was delivered straight to the human brain, which led to our evolution, was delivered by meat. And secondly, these things don't pop out of nowhere. If you love animals, if you are doing this for an ethical purpose, right, then the truth is, this is the truth. This is the truth, guys. Tofu, tempeh production, it creates more harmful effects for the environment than producing an equivalent amount of meat. Let alone the fact that from that same tofu, you're not going to absorb the same amount of proteins, because the plant protein is not bioavailable to the same extent as the animal protein is. The point is, if your entire idea of ethics and love for animals is determined by how cute the animal is, and make no mistake, 3 major protein sources in the world: goats, cows, and pigs. They're all pretty cute. I personally find pigs to be particularly cute. Then you are not ethical. You just you are just enforcing your anthropic bias on the environment. It's not that necessarily giving up on eating those animals is going to do better to the environment. If you are going to try to substitute those protein sources with something which roughly have the same amount of protein, like tofu, tempeh, etc., you're probably going to cause more harm to the environment than good. The truth is, this human population, the amount of human population we have, it's not natural. There were never supposed to be more than 5 to 10 million human beings at a time, at most. in the absence of civilization, civilization itself is unnatural, and humans were supposed to hunt meat. This is a common misconception that human beings ate a lot of tubers when they were hunter-gatherers. This misconception arises from looking at modern hunter-gatherers who are either remnants of collapsed agricultural societies or societies which had links with agricultural societies, right? So they knew which tubers to pick. They know which fruits to pick from the trees, even which wild varieties are kind of edible. So they're not pristines like some places like like some places in Florida which had tribes like Calusa. So if you are going to produce these diets to the same extent, these foods for the vegan diet to the same extent, you're going to cause a lot more harm to the environment than you're going to cause good. You're going to kill a lot more animals. You're going to produce a lot more smoke. And creating the powder of this stuff, this has to be done in factories. You would need extra metal to pull that stuff up out of the ground and make new machines, grind it down, and everything, man, every single thing, right, would require a lot more metal. It would require a lot more pollution, which meat simply wouldn't. Meat would simply require you to take a few butcher knives and chop it and then put it on the wood fire or coal fire, whatever it is, or even the propane gas, whatever, but that's regular. That's generally just regular for cooking. The point is, meat has stuck around for so long because meat is the most efficient. Meat might probably not be the protein source which has the highest protein. Meat might not be the protein source which delivers the most protein either. That would be whey protein. The reason that meat has stuck around for so long is it's the most efficient. It has the lowest allergy rates among every single protein source. It has the lowest environmental damage when you are considering a protein source which is as efficient. If you are going to produce something that is roughly as efficient, and by any means meat is not easy on the environment the way it is today, right? But the thing is, with that level of efficiency, every other protein source which has that level of efficiency is much more harmful to the environment. All in all, meat is the most balanced protein source that is out there. Meat is probably going to give you the least stomach upsets out of all of the protein sources which have roughly the same protein density. The least calories, the least cholesterol, all of this. That's why it has stuck around for so long. And I'm not being a goatist cell right now. I'm not being a goatist maxer and telling you, oh bro, just eat raw meat, bro. Just eat raw meat. It's going to solve all the problems. The thing is, grains are a very good source of energy. And there's nothing more annoying than people on the internet than these, I'm just going to call them the dietards. There's nothing more annoying than dietards. Like, behaving like they have discovered some new groundbreaking information. Like, you're not a doctor, bruh. You're not a doctor. And yes, it's true that the first food that humans cooked was in fact meat. So if humans had, so it was not really cooking which made us human. It was rather cooking meat which made us human again. So if you are gonna make that argument, bro, it was cooking which made the change. It was not meat. Then just get that through your head that cooking meat is what made us more intelligent. We have been cooking vegetables for the past 12,000 years and we haven't gotten any more intelligent. We have been cooking grains and vegetables for the past 12,000 years. That has not made us more intelligent. It was when we started cooking meat that it made us more intelligent. It made us literally change species. In the past 12,000 years, grains haven't really done the same thing. I'm not going to tell you that they're a bad source of food either, but they haven't done the same thing. They don't have the same effect. So I'm going to leave you guys with this, and don't fall for these people.